Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. So we're going to be going over the payment schedule for the month of August in today's video, whether or not you receive Social Security Retirement, SSI, or SSDI. We're going to be going over all the payments that are going to be going out next month in August. Plus, after a scary moment for the current Senate Minority Leader in Mitch McConnell, we're going to be looking into perhaps we're going to have a change in leadership very soon. So we're going to be going over that scary moment as well for Mitch McConnell. But before we go ahead and dive into the main content of today's video, if you wouldn't mind helping me out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Okay, so yesterday there was a press conference and Mitch McConnell was speaking. He was talking about the annual defense bill, trying to wrap that up, of course. And for a moment there, he kind of just lost his train of thought, I guess. And then he just sort of immediately froze up. And, I don't think anyone really knew what was going on. No one was obviously expecting this. And over the past year or so, McConnell has obviously had a lot of health issues. And so they eventually, one of his colleagues came up to him, grabbed him by the elbow, asked him if he'd like to go back to his office, and then slowly escorted him back to the office. Now, McConnell did come back later and he was fine. He finished up the rest of the questions, but obviously a very scary moment for him. Let's go ahead and roll the clip.
And a string of Okay, Mitch? Anything else you want to say, or should we just go back to your office? Do you want to say anything else to the press? Go
ahead, John.
I'll take it. Let's go back to you.
Go ahead, John.
So again, obviously a very scary moment there. Don't want to wish poor health on anyone, regardless of their politics, whether they're a Democrat or a Republican. Hopefully McConnell gets better. You definitely don't want anything bad to happen to the guy. But according to The Guardian, when asked about what happened, McConnell said he was, quote, fine. He did not elaborate. And a McConnell aide said he felt lightheaded and stepped away for a moment. McConnell, 81, was out of the Senate for almost 6 weeks earlier this year after falling and hitting his head. His office later said he suffered a concussion and fractured a rib. His speech has recently sounded more halting, prompting questions among some of his colleagues about his health. After the press conference, Barrasso told reporters that he wanted to make sure everything was fine and walked McConnell down the hall. Barrasso said he has been concerned since McConnell was injured earlier this year, and I continue to be concerned. So obviously, it's apparent at this time, the average age of congressional members, whether in the House or in the Senate, is pretty high up there. A lot of people are, questioning whether or not there should be some sort of age limit in Congress, whether, at a certain age they should no longer be in there. Now, I've seen a lot of people in their 80s and even 90s continue to be extremely sharp, both mentally and physically. So, maybe that's a case of discrimination if you were to do that, because just because your age is just a number, you could be in your 80s and 90s and still be in extremely good shape, both physically and mentally. But, a lot of people are saying that members in Congress are just too old. You look at the age of the Senate up on the screen there. We have Chuck Grassley, he's the age of 89. We have Dianne Feinstein, she's 89. We have Bernie Sanders, 81. Mitch McConnell, 80. Ben Cardin, 79. You look down the list, a lot of members 75 and older in the Senate. So not just for, the mental sharpness, but a lot of people are saying maybe we need, new ideas from younger generations. So, again, Joe Biden right now, he's 81. If he's reelected, he'll be 86 at the end of his next term. Donald Trump is going to be 78 if he's reelected next year. He'll be 82 if he's elected and finishes up his term. The top two candidates are, quite up there in age, which again, I don't think that we should be discriminating age, because again, people in their 80s and 90s can be extremely sharp, both mentally and physically. But a lot of people are questioning whether or not Biden has that same mental sharpness. And you can look at his speeches just back when he was vice president to Barack Obama. Whether or not you agree with his politics, obviously he was a lot sharper mentally. If you go back and look at his speeches, he wasn't halting, he wasn't stuttering. Obviously was a lot more there, mentally. And again, I don't want to wish bad on anyone, whether they're a Democrat or a Republican. We shouldn't be wishing poor health on any of these guys. But just because we're not wishing poor health on them doesn't necessarily mean that we should also be saying perhaps they shouldn't be in office, whether they're a president, whether they're in the House, or whether or not they are in the Senate. So again, let me know what your thoughts and comments are below on all this. Should there be an age limit for members of Congress, or should there be some sort of mental test that they have to take in order to take office, whether they're the president or a member of Congress? Let me know what your thoughts and comments are below. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and move on to the payment schedule next month for Social Security beneficiaries in August. We're going to have several payments going out as usual. So starting out on August 1st, we have payments going out to those of you on SSI benefits. This is going to be the first payment since June 30th, which was a couple months back. Of course, there were no payments going out to SSI beneficiaries in July. That's because in June, you actually received double payments. So your second payment on June 30th was actually your July 1st payment. So again, on Tuesday, August 1st, SSI beneficiaries are going to be receiving their first payment since June. Then we're going to have some more payments going out on August 3rd. On Thursday, those payments are going to those who received Social Security before May of 1997. Or if you're receiving both Social Security and SSI, the SSI payments once again are going to be going out on the 1st, on Tuesday next week. And then the Social Security payments are going to be going out a couple of days later on the 3rd. Then of course we have some more payments going out the following week on August 9th. Those payments are going to those with birthdays falling anywhere between the 1st and 10th of any given month. Then we have some more payments going out the following week on August 16th. Those payments are going to those with birthdays falling between the 11th and 20th of any given month. And then finally, the last payments are going out on August 23rd, and those are going to those with birthdays falling between the 21st and 31st of any given month. So those are all the payments going out next month in August for Social Security beneficiaries, for Social Security, SSI, and SSDI. And the payments going to SSDI beneficiaries are on August 9th, August 16th, and August 23rd. Once again, completely depends on your birthday. So depends whether your birthday falls between the 1st and 10th, 11th and 20th, or 21st and 31st of any given month. And then the following month in September, if you're receiving SSI benefits, just like in June, where you received 2 payments, you're also going to be receiving double payments in September as well. But again, your second payment in September is simply just your October payment, so you won't be receiving any payments in October, and you'll actually be receiving 2 payments in the month of September. So those are all the payments going out next month, and that's all the news that we have for today's video. I certainly hope that you enjoyed. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate if you could give this video a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.